you spend forever on a costume. You come over, you have to get the costume ready, do your makeup on. You know, I'm setting the cameras up with this expensive equipment I got. We do all this shit, spend hours doing the composition or whatever the fuck it is, post it to social, and then the guys are like, I would have done it more this way, or if your costume was more this way, or if you should do it. And it's like, we did not do that and say, please judge. Let us know if we've fulfilled your idea of what this should look like.
Yeah, no, lately it's been really bad.
And every time they write something like that, I'm like, it looks exactly the way we planned.
Yeah.
Or we would not have posted.
They're like, oh, great. Well, can you put a helmet on next time?
Or just dumb shit.
Or they'll be like, yeah, I would have, like our Tomb Raider picture. Mm-hmm. The Tomb Raider picture where I'm doing this. Yeah. Oh my God, that fucking pissed me off. They were like I'm holding the gun in the picture. You could probably put it somewhere in the screen. But like, I'm holding the gun like this. And this guy was like, I would have done slow and low or something. I would have had a lower stance like that. And I was like, okay, so like, let's give this some thought. I have the pickaxes right on my belt. I have my I handmade, I don't know if you guys know, I handmade the holster from scratch. I actually tanned the fucking leather. I did that. I did everything. Hand stitched the entire goddamn thing. It was a nightmare and I blistered my hands. It sucked. So I also hand braided the entire pendant. I could have bought that shit online, but I didn't. And I also made a mold of her pendant as well. So everything was from fucking scratch. So this fucking guy comes in and he goes, yeah, I would have posed like lower. But if I did that, if I posed like that, I would have actually hunched down and you wouldn't have seen the holster. You wouldn't have seen the pickaxe. You wouldn't have seen the weathering that I did on the shirt. You would have saw like pretty much like no detail that I put into the costume. And sometimes when we shoot with props, we have to take into account, does this actually make the character look cool and not show off the details that I spent painstaking hours on? Or are we just gonna hunch over and hide all the details? Like, I noticed our Darth Talon pictures, we don't have any like front facing ones where you could see all of the detail that I put into the bra area and the front hip belt part. But like, other than that, like we just showed off the character more. And then some guy for the Tomb Raider thing was like, yeah, I would have changed the pose completely. I wouldn't have shot it that way. And I'm like, we shot it the way we wanted to shoot it. Thank you for your input. We didn't fucking ask. And then another thing that people do, this happened yesterday. This guy was like, can we make love? And I wrote, no. And he goes, oh, well, I was just kidding. And I was like, consent is nothing to joke about. And he goes, who the fuck's your problem, bitch? I just said, I'm just kidding. And I was like, what kind of joke was that? It wasn't even a funny joke. And then he wrote, well, I didn't think you'd write back to my comment. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I can write back to whatever comment I want. Like, I don't know. People have been dumb lately.
Well, see, this is the thing is, has it been a couple months now?
People are stir crazy.
Since you made me a mod on your Facebook?
Yeah.
So basically, Danica's was like, what, around March, I think. Yeah. March, April. All of a sudden. It's
crazy.
What happened was, Facebook's been fucking around trying to do some dark version and some new redesign. They basically just threw away their goddamn country restrictions. You can't even find how to turn it off now. And even if you go look for the help, it says, oh, go right here. And then it says, that doesn't exist.
Even if you do, they bypass with a VPN.
Well, sure, that too, because you also see a lot of guys that'll say, lives in Virginia, but was born in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So you can tell that's it. But Facebook also fucked that whole thing up. It doesn't work anymore. So now it's just a flood of people that should not even be seeing your stuff.
I woke up overnight to 3 million people reaching my page.
Yeah, following, basically.
Well, yeah, now they have, did you see they have like follows and likes now? They're separate.
Yeah.
So if we're going by like follows, I have like 1.9 million followers, but I have like 200,000 something, I don't fucking know, likes.
Yeah, so it basically just let all these other countries in that shouldn't even know you exist. No, so it just flooded in and stuff, and then your comments just got fucking crazy. So then you made a few people mods and stuff. So I went in there and it was just miles and miles and miles of dick videos, dick pictures. That was just, because first I was like, all right, I've got to clean these motherfuckers out. So I could easily see on your post and be like, this one's got fucking 3,000 comments. It's obviously shit. And it looked like a Middle Eastern flea market because it was just, you get these guys that go there and go through every GIF and post it under the same name. And I was like, go fuck yourself. Then you get every one of them using the same goddamn anime. If I see The Rock, wow. If I see that one again, they're getting killed.
I can't turn the GIF comments on.
The drawing that looks like the aha.
People hugging?
Yeah, the aha fucking take on me video.
Yeah.
If I see that one, if I see the rose.
I hate the roses.
If I see that one.
You saw me talking about that before I made you a mod. I was like, what's with these stupid fucking roses?
All that says is, I don't understand fucking English. I don't understand a fucking word you're saying. I'm going to post something perverted.
Well, for Father's Day, I was like, oh, I lost my dad. My dad died. And then I posted a photo of me and my dad on my public Facebook page, and then people will be like, love you, we have sex now? And it's like, David's like, ban. It's not like we're saying like, if you don't speak English, we're banning you, because that's really like insensitive. But if you just like blatantly do not care what I'm saying. Yeah,
well, in a way, if you don't speak English, I'm banning you.
No.
Well, here's what I mean. There's a difference. People from Mexico, wherever, they'll speak Spanish.
Yeah.
You can translate it. When you speak a language that doesn't even give you the option to translate because it's just so fucking whacked, you have no I mostly delete it because you have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go to Google Translate and go, what the fuck language is this? And it's usually Thailand's a big one.
Yeah.
Pakistan, Bangladesh. Those are probably the worst. Some stuff in Philippines. Now there's cool people, but most of the crap is coming from that. Afghanistan. Those are probably the 5 biggest fucking places on a regular basis that Bangladesh and Pakistan and Egypt. As soon as I see something from them, I just know, because I'll even see like the broken snake writing, and I'm just like, well, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. And I click on it and it's like, immediately it's something fucking pornographic.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like, hi, you're gorgeous. And then I'll be like, leave it. And then I'll go to the next picture that you post because I'll comment on every one of them. And the next one gets more and more fucking perverted. And then I'm like, I should have fucking, now I'm just like, and then this one guy was just like, fuck this idiot. I just banned him. And of course it hides everything, so it grays it out. And I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't. And I scrolled down and he's done it like 30 fucking times throughout. That's why you have 3,000 comments, the same douchebags.
Yeah.
And most of them are just like, hi, notice me, say my name, say me, show me this, do this, contact me, here's my WhatsApp.
They put their WhatsApp numbers like right in the comments and they don't even write anything.
And your messages are like, you must call from.
Well, I have some friends that are chicks, which is absolutely wild. But also, I have some friends that are girls. You did.
I probably banned them by now.
Yeah. And they'll comment, like, because they just support my stuff. Like, my friends just support my shit. Like, they're good friends. And so they'll be like, oh, I like this photo. And then, like, those men will go and harass my friends that are chicks. Like, they'll go in there and they'll just be like, here's my WhatsApp number. Like, they don't give a fuck. They just harass everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. And then if I have, like, we were talking about Black Lives Matter. A couple months ago because we were raising money for Color for Change. Yeah. And I was like, I'm promoting Color for Change. And then we had some people who were like, wow, I really, really support this cause. This is a big fucking deal. Like, thank you so much for supporting and like being an ally. And I was like, okay, thank you. And we're having a legitimate conversation. And then random Pakistani men would just come in and be like, can we fuck please? And then we're still having our conversation. And I'm not tagging the Pakistani men. And I'm just like, all right, I'm going to just bypass that. And I'm going to go straight to what we were talking about. And then they'll be like, WhatsApp, baby. Like, here's my WhatsApp. And I was like, oh my God, I can't function here. Or being negative. If they're not sexually harassing me. Now, not a lot are. I mean, a lot are, but like not everybody. There are really cool people on the page. There are. But if they're not sexually harassing, they're backseating our photos. Well, my point was when I went in there and started modding, I was like, if I'm somebody that supports you and likes your stuff and I'm reading the comments, there is so much pollution of shit that I can't even keep up with the conversation of people. Now do you see why? Well, and that's the first thing I gave up. I was like, I need mods. And that's why I first went in there and I was just like, let's get rid of the Middle Eastern flea market. So everything looked like Times Square. So now if they post an animated GIF that doesn't match what you're talking about, like if you were talking about Mandalorian and they post a fucking Baby Yoda, I'm like, cool. But one, it slows the page down when everything's fucking blinking, all this shit. And then two, it was the Adam Sandler's got another wow one in there. That one drives me fucking, every time I see one of those animated GIFs, I'm just like, you did that. I'll know when you're banning because I'll see my numbers on my page go down. Like I'll be like, damn, 35 people unfollowed, and it's David just banning motherfuckers constantly. I'm like, wow, my page isn't growing. No, it is. It's David. David is doing this. The page is like.
Well, here's the point. Would you rather have a million people filled with goddamn idiots and some cool people, or would you rather have, I mean, from a business point of view, anyway, lower numbers, but everybody there? If you say, hey guys, I'm going to be at this convention, they will give a fuck.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, a lot of people were afraid to comment because they were like,
because you're saying check out my Patreon to guys in Afghanistan or Pakistan that have no idea what Patreon are.
We have some people in the $2 tier.
These guys can't even write a proper fucking comment, much less even read what the fuck you wrote in your description.
Yeah.
That's why when you're like, when you were like, oh, I'll write something and ask a question like, hey, what's your hobby? And then I immediately go through there and they're like, oh, I like fucking collecting swords. I like this. And the other one's like, hi, baby. And I'm like, nah.
Well, the best thing was when I said, no, I don't think anybody knew, or no, and I wrote it in the comments down below, but I wrote like, what's the best order to watch Star Wars in?
Oh, yeah.
And it was like 6,000 comments. And then it was like, you have sex with me? And then it was like, I'd watch A New Hope and then this and then this. And they're like, we fuck now? And David's like, okay, now I know who to fucking ban. And then I wrote in the comments below, I was like, this is how moderators can know who to ban. So like, speak the fuck up. And then
everybody got it. But the guys that had no idea what you fucking said.
Yeah.
And if they have no idea what you're saying, nothing you do except for, oh my God, visual boobs.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off. Like you were saying, why go as hard as I'm going? Because it's been like a month now of me just going hard in the paint. It bugs the fuck out of me that some goddamn asshole who has no idea and is never going to matter to anything you do is going, oh, look at this free picture I get to keep to my wallet and hand to all my friends online. I don't want them having access to it. Facebook should not have let them have access to it. Yeah. They should not have access. They shouldn't even know who you are. But instead, they don't give a fuck what you're saying. They're just like, oh my God, she's half naked side boob. Let me have that so I can jerk off and send you a fucking dick video later on. I'm like, no. I'm wiping these motherfuckers out. You mentioned superpowers about if you could have superpower or which one would you not want. My superpower would literally be that I could know what somebody's fucking, if you were a troll online, I could immediately go, fuck your computer. And your computer would just fucking just fry.
Yeah.
Not catch your house on fire, because I'm not that pissed off, but enough to just fry your computer where you have to go buy only that computer. So when somebody's like, show me your tits, I'm just like, gone, and just fry it.
I mean,
it's a personal fucking vendetta for me because these assholes just show up and they mean nothing.
They don't even want to play ball either. Like, I've done anything and everything to dick pics. Like, I used to have witty, funny responses. I used to like joke around with them. I used to save other people's dick pics and send the other dick pic to the other person sending a dick pic. I've done that all. But one time, I don't know. Yeah, it was one time. I had a guy send me a dick pic, and he was from like Pakistan, and people in Pakistan genuinely don't really like gay sex. A lot of them are very homophobic. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find a trans person, trans porn. Yeah. I'm gonna find it, and I found the most fucked up, like dirty BDSM trans porn GIF that I could find. That was just disgusting. Like, it was brutal. And so I copied it, saved it, sent it back to the guy, and I get reported for porn when he started it. And I was like, what? I'm just playing ball, dude. I was gonna go nuts. I was gonna send you more fucked up shit and gross you out. Well, I did, but I got a strike on my account. Well, the one guy, and I know why you stopped, because it's just, it goes on and on. It's no longer funny. Yeah. But the one guy, I sent him a picture of me, and he was pissed off because he thought that you didn't exist and that I was just a guy posting girl pictures. And it was like, he's like, you're really a man? And he was all mad. And then the last guy, before I got bored, said, send me picture, baby. And I'm just going through there, like either putting them in spam. Yeah. Because like you were like, what, you're putting too much stuff, I can't read them, and you're doing this. Yeah, you're putting like some that were normal in there. Like, I posted a video of my cat on the story, and they're like, oh, great cat. And you're like, spam. Well, two reasons. Well, one, if you don't send your shit to spam or block them, it just piles up in your main folder, right? Yeah.
Well, if I sent everybody to spam, it would basically be like your main folder, but piled up.
Yeah.
So if you go, I'm losing something, then feel free to go through all your spam and read the same shit that was on your main page.
Yeah.
I just do it in your main page. And if I see one that's a legitimate question, I just leave it.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, okay, now she can see it. And then everybody else, I fucking block them. But a lot of them were like, where did you get that filter? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it was, I don't ever look at stories.
Yeah.
Except on Instagram.
I like hardly use stories. The DM just go crazy anyway.
Yeah, but on Instagram, I see stories. Facebook, I never click on because I figure it's just a duplicate of Instagram. So I'm looking on there and I'm like, so it's just sending them all the direct messages, all those things. That's why I'm just like, what the fuck is he talking about? Get rid of this bastard. And then I realized he's just commenting on your damn story. So, but I've slowly, and it's usually around like 4 or 5 in the morning when Pakistan wakes up. And then I'm like, then they start hitting back on there. And then I'm like, okay. And I'm hoping like every morning it's thinned out a lot compared to what it used to be.
Yeah.
Because your comments aren't blowing up. I mean, direct messages, okay, nobody else sees that.
Yeah.
But when some guys like show us your fucking vagina and it's been in your comments all day.
People were in my comments and they're like back before I like got mods and stuff. They all were like, "Ugh, bad, real bad."
When it becomes a goddamn,
yeah, I know.
When it becomes a fucking joke where guys are like, I'm just here for the comments.
I don't mind that.
But when it gets to the point where it's disturbing, especially when you're doing something conversational, like your hobbies and everybody's talking about, commenting on each other's thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like you can't get around all the crap.
Well, it's just. We've been posting questions like in my title where we're like, hey, I'm going to post an oddly specific question, I don't want it to feel like, oh, she's just asking a question for the sake of engagement. I'm actually asking a question because I genuinely want to know. 2, it separates the fucking idiots from, like who to ban and who not to ban. But I don't want it to be like a generic influencer thing just for the sake of boosting analytics. That's not what I'm asking a question for. I ask questions to make me laugh.
Yeah, but see, the difference with you is, I think when you post something, even if it is something where you're wearing a sexier outfit, it's still, it's never like, look at my boobs. Here, look how sexy I am in this.
Look at my boobs, I'll punch you in the dick.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear about it, or something like that. Or, you might post a picture and like, this was the studio we were at, or something like that. And everybody's just like, oh, she just wanting to send it. So guys are just like, well, you wouldn't be showing me your fucking boobs if you don't want me to say boobs. And it's just kind of stupid. But I don't think they realize, okay, you're showing a modeling picture and they're showing it as, oh, she wants me to see how hot she is. And every comment's just like hot, super hot, or you're so beautiful, gorgeous, and hot. And be like, isn't that the same goddamn thing?
Like when I posted the Jessica Rabbit thing, like the in and out of cosplay, and people are like, I prefer the girl on the left better because it's just me with no makeup.
And you think it's like the power of cosplay.
Why are you here? They're like, oh, like with the Jessica Rabbit photo, they're like, oh, I like you better without makeup. I'm like, okay, so I need to have naturally the pencil thin eyebrows, the big old fucking titties, big over inflated lips, and purple eyelids that go up to here. Like, I just need to naturally have purple eyelids. Well, I like you better without makeup. This is a cosplay page primarily.
It just shows me nobody fucking bothered.
Why are you here?
Yeah.
And then I get people that were like, I mean, I get it. They're trying to be nice, but it's just like, do you know what the fuck you signed up for? Because then some people are like, can you just post a photo with you with no makeup on? I was like, you've seen it. I post Instagram stories with me with no makeup on all the time. All the fucking time.
Yeah, but...
And so I'm like, what do you want? What do you want?